Hey everybody, I've got a print and play for you that I think will excite you. This is Coin Pusher Galactic Surge and kind of plays as a side-by-side solitaire game, which means that you can play this by yourself or you can play with others as long as everyone has a sheet and a pencil. In this case, I've got my dry erase marker because I've contact covered mine to reuse, and 3d6. Because one player is simply going to roll all 3 dice and then everybody gets to select what they want to do with their dice. So players are not going to choose the same thing to do with their dice. So let me just show you what's going on here. I am going to roll the dice and then make my selections. So I've got 1, 1, 5. And the very first thing I want to do is essentially pick an enemy ship. My enemy ships are right here. This ship is going to come down and essentially attack this particular section. There are 4 columns for each ship. So this is the 1, 2 ship. This is the 3, 4 ship of die value. This is the 5, 6. The 2 outer ones are worth 5 points each if I can defeat them, but have 3 shield defense. The center one has 2 defense shield and is worth 3. And also will get to my section sooner than the others because this is how long it takes these diamonds, or how long it takes to get to my cool stuff, because I want to activate as much as I can in this level 1 space. So the first thing I have to do is pick a ship. Now I am not allowed to pick 3 and 4 because I rolled a 1, 1, and a 5. So if I look at my 1 and I look at my 5, I'm just going to pick one of them because they both are pretty similar in the sense that they have 4 attacks before they get to me. So again, it's going to take a little bit of time. So if I pick the 1, done. So that 1 is out. I picked from my enemy ship. And now at this point, I'm picking a 5 and a 1. And what I need to do is pick a 5, which there are 2 of here, or I pick a 1, which there are 2 of, and I write the other number directly underneath it. In this case, what I want to do is I want to write in this space, there's a sequence, and you are going either up or down, and you do wrap between 1 and 6. You can also place the same number beneath it. So if I pick the 1 and I put a 5 down, I can do that, or I pick the 5 and I put a 1 down. Let's go here, and I'm going to put my 1 right there because I picked one of the 5s. Now, it doesn't have to be, obviously, in the same row as my alien ship activation. But because I did that, I essentially want to go up or down in these remaining spaces in that particular column, and I think it's going to be pretty easy to do that. But if you ever fill in the spaces right above one of these bonuses, you will take the bonus. So I'm going to mark it off and look down here, and it says extra play. Unlock a row of 3 additional coins in your coin bucket. Well, the last thing I need to do is take a look at my column value, and I'm going to place my 5 in that column, and I can pick any coin bucket spaces. These are all free. They're all available to me. This is where the extra play comes in. So I'm essentially going to receive another row of 3 turns in this game because I got the extra play. Now, I have a 5 here. Whenever I go again, if I get another 5, I'll want to put it in the same row. Because if I can get the same row, I get that number value out here in a legal space. And it gives me a free turn, essentially. If I don't, I can just write a number anywhere in any of my free coin spaces. And then I can start a new number in which I want to get 3 of. So that's it. I'm done. That was my whole turn. I got my bonus. I wrote my number and I did my thing. This is it. It's really fast. I will essentially roll the dice again. I mean, that's kind of amazing. I don't know what the odds are that I pick the dice up and I roll the exact same result. But let's just do the same thing and then I'll roll again and see if I can get a different result. 1 is my spaceship. I'm going to go here. And then I go 5 and 1 again. You can put the same number next to the same number in your sequence of ascending or descending. And then I picked 5 and I got to go here. Now once I get to this space right here, I'm going to have to get both of those coming down to receive the bonus for that. That was it. That was my fast turn. Just going to go again. There we go. I got a 2, a 5, and a 6. Now I need to probably go in a different column here for my spaceship, or this ship is just going to attack and it's going to essentially obliterate that particular section, which is not great. So if I pick, let's see if I pick the, well, let's see if I pick the 5. Yeah, let's pick the 5. And I'm going to mark out this space right here. Again, it takes a while for these spaceships to get their blast down here. And then I do a 2 and a 6. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I could accelerate. Oh, I could accelerate the fight, but I'm going to go here and go 6, and I'm going to put my 2 value here. Starting from the top, I'm going to pick either 6 value. If I go here, I could bring it down and I could essentially get these guys, which is not the worst thing. Maybe I should put my, maybe I should put my 2 over here, and I was working towards this rocket. This rocket is going to have 1 damage towards one of the shields. So let me instead go 6, 2, and then my 6 was here. And then that's it. So let's roll again. This is it. This is the game. It's really fast, really fun. How do I keep rolling the same things? I'm kind of shocked by all of this. Let's do it again. I feel like we should do a 5 for my alien ship. And then I have a 6 and a 2. I get the orange dot is an orbital bonus. Fill in a dot on the wheel up here. And there are a variety of bonuses. Essentially, I'm going to get victory points times 2 on my entire point. It's the orbit doubler, but it takes 5 dots, and I just get 1 dot, essentially. And then there is the plus sign, and the plus sign is just like this one down here. It's an extra play, and you can get essentially more plays. So I would think I want to invest in that. Now, I don't get it until I fill in the second dot for that, but I feel like that's a pretty good one. And again, we're working down to get that bonus. And I will write in my value, which is 6, and that's my coin bucket for my column. And now we go again. We'll see what I get. 355. If I take the 3, I'm going to slow my roll. I wish I could take the 5 and the 3, but the 3 breaks the sequence. I need a 2 next, or I need a 6 next. And then once I go in a direction, you can't switch directions. So I cannot continue my 5, but I could start working towards something else here. And again, if I pick the 3, I am essentially starting at the very first one right there, and I'm staving off what I need, and I'm getting my column. So let's do a 5, 5 in this particular row, and I put my 5 in here. I get to have my immediate 5 value right away in a legal position. And I put my 5 underneath that 5. I really like that. Once I get the 4s, I can get a 5 die value 3 times. That's really, really good. And that puts me down here on level 2, which is super good. All right, one more turn. Let's see what I get. 1, 1, 4. Well, I got the 4. And I also... I got the 4. So let's go with the 1 is my attack for my alien. Getting really close here. And then I have a 1, 4 or a 4, 1. I want to make it a 4, 1 because once I get this, that die times 3 is 5 die, like a 5, but 3 times down here on level 2. And level 2 asks for ordered numbers going down, much like you have up here. Your orders are a sequence. This is even values. This is a 4 plus. This is odd value dice, and this is any value dice. And so you will get cool bonuses down here that will continue helping you succeed. Toys are going to be on a scale of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to get pretty much all 5 toys. There's 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then over here, you're going to have bonuses for getting these cards. These are pilots or special bonuses that you get to use once per turn. Subtract 1 from a die or double a 1, 2, or 3. And you also are going to count up these spaces right here. And that's again a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so you'll be able to get the most points for that. Anything that you get up here is going to give you points and or abilities in the middle of the game. And if you can defeat these ships by activating these particular torpedoes of value 1 or 2, marking off those shields, those ships get destroyed and they do not attack and blast down your columns, because once you can't place an X on a diamond, you then have to kill an entire row and you're going to be marking straight through it. I'm going to be receiving 21 of these coins, which is the base game, plus extra plays, which I've activated 3 extra plays. And I will continue working on getting my bonuses, which is getting 3 of the same kind in a row. And then I will just add all of that up at the end of the game. So there's 2 ways that the game can end. The first way is if you run out of all your coins, then it's over, and then you will add up your score. The other way is if you have crossed out every column in one of your spaceship's sections. So if I have marked through all 4 columns in my very first spaceship, for example, my 1, 2 value die, then that's going to end my game as well. So this is Coin Pusher Galactic Surge, a fast, fun, very thematic kind of pinball game where you've got just 3d6, you've got your board, you've got your pencil, you can play with other people, and you just play simultaneously by rolling the dice and allocating them to your alien ships, a column, and then of course a die value that goes into your coin bucket for every single turn, which is a coin. So, light, fun game. That's going to be it for me. Go check it out. I've got all the information in the description below. That's going to be it for me, folks. Bye.